Well, hello WACRS, 'tis I, Sir Wobbly, on his wobbly. Well, the motorcycle is perfectly fit, perfectly roadworthy and fit for riding, but whether the person on it is actually capable enough, matter of opinion. We're in Garland County, not far from the Mayor of Garland's house. I'm going to take a quick trip up to Big Box and replace a whatchamacallit with another thingamajig. I'd been riding an XR400, air-cooled, carburetted. This time around though, I'm on a 1000cc KTM. So yes, basically a 1000cc trail bike, Austrian built, fuel injected, traction control, ABS, and with different mapping available depending upon what sort of riding you're doing. I'll just be in street mode. Very tall, very heavy. What's it saying? General failure. General failure just flashed up on the screen. I think we'll just take that as a derogatory statement towards the guy just getting on the bike. As soon as I got on the bike, it just said general failure. Okay, no worries, I'm good with that. Okay, so Big Box is up there somewhere. And the general failure will now attempt to prove the motorcycle is on completely wrong. Okay, here we go. Just stay on the ridge line. It should be fairly easy. The only thing is that there could be rocks, or there are rocks, so just got to be careful of them. And look ahead. There's not so much pasture as what there has been when we've come up here in the car previously, so it should make the rocks a little bit easier to see. Just taking it nice and easy in first gear up here. Just looking as far ahead as possible, trying not to stop. Trying to keep those arms nice and relaxed. Big Box is up there somewhere. Probably treat myself to second gear. The tyres on these aren't exactly knobbies, they're more road oriented. Oh, there's a rock. Try and give, and a dip. Just up towards here, you gotta just be mindful of the rocks. It's not so bad navigating your way up there, but on the way down you tend to lose your bearings. So when I get up there on this particular occasion, I'll try and keep the bike pointed on the track out, even though it seems fairly obvious here. Alright, treat myself to a bit of second gear here. Whee! Yeah, it makes pretty light work of it, doesn't it? Hello, big box. Here we are. Here we are. Okay. Old friend. Oh, that's refreshing. Taking the jacket off. I've got a bit of sweat on underneath my long sleeve shirt I tend to wear. Just to do that, absorb a bit of sweat. Oh, nice and cool with this light breeze. Okay, Motorola. Yeah, bit of a ka-ching, probably the missus. Channel 3. Just go down to low power. Channel 3 is in that direction there. So there's Mount Macquarie over there, and then if you come across, stay on that same sort of ridge line that comes from Mount Macquarie, and we've got Big Box over there. Yeah, Gaz, copy Gaz.
Yeah, I got you there, Resco.
Yeah, no worries, man. Just let you know I'm up the top. No worries at all. And I'll get down to it. I'll let you know when I'm just about to leave.
Yeah, no worries, mate. Not a problem.
Okay. Now, I'm just going to have a drink of water. It just means removing my helmet briefly. Put my helmet back on so you can all see what I'm doing up here. Woohoo, exciting. Climbing into a bloody old trailer. It's not a bloody old trailer. This is the mayor's trailer. He's very, very kind and considerate and sympathetic to anyone with a mission to improve his transmission and reception from the area. Okay, so we're just up here to put this new controller in. I haven't brought any tools because I think the one and only tool I'll need is already in there. So this is the controller that Glenn decided to use at the GAR site. Power check. Okay. Try and keep clear of the barbed wire. Okay, so pull her out. Interesting poo up here. And okay, had a bit of moisture up the top. There we go. So she's sitting on 13.8. This is the PWM, the initial one. And we're going to replace it with an MPPT. Interesting. So at the moment, the amount of current being produced by this one solar panel is 3 amps or thereabouts under overcast skies, and the amount being supplied to the battery is about 3 amps, so you can see it going up as the sun comes out, so that may indicate that the batteries aren't in very good condition. There's something a bit wrong there. Yeah, 13.8. Voltage is alright. 3 amps from the sun, 2.9 going into the batteries tends to suggest that there's a problem. It's okay. The batteries I got in there are 2 AGMs, big throbbing ones, side by side. One's about a 105 amp hour, the other one's about 110 amp hour, and they were basically just all I could find at the time. Just going to go back and get the instruction manual, because you really only supposed to disconnect these things in a certain order. Okay, so the load comes off first, which we don't have, and then the PV. Okay, so the PV gets, that's what I thought, gets disconnected first. Okay, so off comes the array first. Okay, tucking these away from each other. Alright, they're the two batteries. The negative and positive. Try not to get them attached to each other, otherwise it would be bad. Okay, so PWM out. What we'll probably do though is we'll just stick the PWM there as a spare. So now for the new controller with the obligatory ladybug on it. See you, little mate. Could probably even take a seat. Oh, hang on, what's going on there? That's a bit odd. That's very odd. How come that's sloping down like that? That's a bit weird. I've just disconnected things. I'm just going to pull the repeater out. And then have a look at the batteries. Oh no, that's alright. Everything's okay there. It looks like just this battery shifted for some reason. There's an old connector I might just get rid of. Anyway, good to just inspect it. I'll just need to straighten this up a bit. There we go. That's an end type. Last time we came up here, this was spinning. Maybe spinning again. Glenn made this one up. Oh, he didn't solder that one. He didn't solder that one. Or maybe he asked me to solder it. I don't know. I wonder why. Maybe he was just tired. Okay. Well, there you go. So, I'll leave that one out. And put this one back on. Make sure that's nice and tight. Just gently put a bit of a bend in this. LMR 400. Tighten it up. There. See, that one's spinning a bit as well now. Don't know whether it's because of the acute angle that it's on. Anyway, that's cool. Alright, let's straighten that battery up a bit. Okay. At least I can sort of show you all how it's gone together. Okay, that's powering for the repeater. Okay, let's have that antenna down there. And then we have this plate, this insulated plate. That sits on top of the batteries. Okay. That seems a bit firm. That seems better now. The battery had fallen down into one of these ribs. Okay. Put the repeater back in. transmitter. This is the receive line, this one. Transmitter. Okay, so we're back to where we were. So that's the power for the repeater. We have an antenna plugged in. I can vaguely see the channel light is on. Snug. Everything seems snug. Transmit. There. Receive there. Antenna there. Okay. So, new controller. PV array goes on last. Okay, so I've just made sure that I got plenty of space there to put these wires in. Okay. So negative. Negative and negative fan. Positive and positive fan. Batteries. Going for the batteries. Hold them in there. Make sure they don't want to work their way out. Nope. Seems pretty secure. Lift them up. Okay. And now the solar array. Positive. Negative. There we go. Seems to be indicating a charge. Okay. It would appear that we're good. Bulk. So it's in bulk. MPPT, charging. Bulk mode. I wonder what that scale means. 12 volts. Maybe that's a sunlight indicator. It's saying that the PV is connected, I think. 13.4 volts. 3.2 amps. 14. Bulk. 3.2 amps, which is basically what the PWM was saying. .4 volts. Don't know what that means. I have to go through the instructions just to familiarise myself with. 13.5 input. Okay. Right. Just going to go through the instructions now and have a look. One thing I'll do is, this is Dave's crazy little temperature sender here. Just make sure. Bloody beautiful. Look at that. I believe these things are quite expensive, but Dave VK2 HDP gave me that. Very much appreciated. It's gold. So that's the temperature sensor for this this fanny thing. Okay, so I can go back in there. Spares. A few spare fuses. I can go back down in there. We'll leave this PWM up here just as a spareroid. I'll put it in the plastic bag though, I think. Yeah, Gary, copy Gary.
Yeah, I got you there, Roscoe. How'd you go, mate?
Yeah, I'm just going to finish up now. Can you, I don't have a radio or a portable up here that does the big box repeater, so can you just check that it's working as it should, please, for me?
Yeah, no worries. I'll key it up a couple of times.
Okay, yep, copy that. I actually found, I checked the connector there where the antenna plugs into the diplexer, and it looks like it started coming loose again, and I unplugged it and I looked at it, and bloody Glenn, the swine, he hasn't soldered that connector at all. He might have been really bloody tired, I would say, really tired that night, because that was the night at the end of the first day where he was putting up the repeater at Bald Hill, and then he made this cable up for me, but he hasn't soldered the repeater end of it. So that's something I've got to do next time I come up. Just bring the tools and the soldering iron up and solder it up.
Yeah, no worries, mate, no worries. Yeah, I don't know why he would have done that. Anyway, it's been working, it's been working fine. But no, all good, mate. Hey, well, I'll key up the repeater and just see what happens.
Thanks, man. Yeah, I got no way of listening or operating it, so if you could just do a quick test and make sure it just sounds like it normally does, I'll leave it at that and I'll throw the lid on.
Yeah, I just sounds fine. That sounds okay. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, mate. I'll just wrap up, throw the lid on, and I'll give you a call when I start making my way down.
Yeah, no worries, mate. No worries. I'll see you soon.
there somewhere. Okay, spare fuses, some spare cable, there's spare connectors. Now I'm just going to sit down and do a bit of reading on this controller. I'll leave this set of instructions in here as well. And no doubt when I come back next time, there'll be a soggy mess. Okay, stick the lid back on the big box. Oh, she's heavy with a couple of batteries in there, I can tell you. Alright. Alright, okay. Thank you very much. I'll tell you what I forgot to bring, and that was just some stuff. So this thing can breathe a little bit, but anyway, it's breathing in and out of there. Just going to put some fly gauze there. Replace that bit of plastic. Anyway, doesn't seem to be too affected by water at this point. Okay, I think we're done. Big box. Quick look at the view for you. There's the trig. Of course you all knew that. And what we're doing is, so there's Bald Hill over there in Channel 3. You can see a bit of a range there. Mount Macquarie over there. Big mountainous thing there. Bald Hill there. And as we swing around, we basically go over towards my joint, which is beyond that hill, where Wyangler Dam is. And it's a bit hazy today, so you can't really see all the way into Cowra, but you're basically going south that way. And I think these trigs are basically north, south, east, west, basically. So you kind of, although I think it might be a bit off, because the north from my place is actually, that's Mount Canobolas over there. So from the north, and Canobolas is north from my place, which is over there. So that's probably more north here. Mount Macquarie, Bald Hill, coming around, sort of, it's probably east there. I suppose that might be east, so basically east in this direction. And then south that way. Cowra's down around there to the southwest, and coming around from the southwest, west. Yeah, it's about west in that direction. And not a bad day today. Not too hot up here. Nice cool breeze. And but the problem is that the pasture is starting to die off and losing its lush green look, and everything around the place is starting to look a bit more tan to yellow. Real drying out. All right, climb on down. Nice day for a little ride in the country. Well, guess what? I got back down the bottom and Gary said, "You're going to spew, mate." Gary presented me with his Baofeng portable, and he says, mate, you're not going to like this, but she's locked on transmit, and it sounds like there's a filtration problem there. Pretty sure that I hooked the diplexer up the right way. What's the bloody problem? It's fucking locked on. It sounds like a definite filtration issue of some sort. Okay, so I've come up here and had a look at the repeater again, and had a look at the this is me just testing 1 2 3 4 5, and it was definitely regurgitating, doing all sorts of crap. So I've unplugged the connectors and plugged them back in again. I've had a look at the critical antenna connector once more, and it may have been that the earth was shorting against the center pin, because I've wound the connector body on a bit further just to tighten it up. But when I pulled the connector out, that core, the center core of the coax was now protruding a few mil out of the tip of the PL259. So I sort of thought to myself, it could be that the shield has now come down so far into the connector barrel that it might actually be hitting the center conductor right at the very end. So I've now wound it back out, and it's behaving itself at the moment. Fortunately, Gary, the mayor, has given me his, or loaned me his Baofeng. Yes, this is a Baofeng UV5RTP, and for this situation it has been invaluable, because I don't currently have a 2 or 70 centimetre radio of any kind. But regardless of what you think of Baofengs or any other radio, in this situation I just needed it. You just need it for doing tests like this with, and portable as well. So it's been fantastic. VK2FABE, VK2HUY is about to start the bike and head on down. Hopefully it'll all be good from here on.
Yeah, no worries there, Ross. It sounded fine. So I think you can start the bike with confidence there, mate. Over.
Thank you, sir. See you shortly. So regardless of what you think of any portable, some kind of portable is required for this situation. And the Baofeng does a fantastic job. Is doing a fantastic job in this situation. Turn it off. Hopefully we'll be all good. I'll just stick it in my pocket actually. And head on down the mountain. Hopefully for that bloody beer and not come back up here again. That was a real annoyance, that. But it just goes to show, you know, as I said before, I just want to do incremental upgrades, one step at a time. And everything was working fine until I've come up here on the bike, swapped out the solar controller, which is all I did. But I also then decided to pull everything apart and have a look at the batteries, and then put everything back together again. And then I fiddled with that connector, and it, you know, in a repeater setup, it's enough to upset. Anyway, enjoyable ride. Got a few millies down there. It's all right. Got plenty of time. It's only Saturday. I'll move away from here and do one more test Turn the radio on.
Frequency mode.
Ugh, fucking hell. Such a fucking tricky thing. You think you know everything when